Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here, spending time. Let's check right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with us. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy, what storyline would you like to share with the collective, please, Spirit? All right, in the central energy. In the central energy, we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. Supporting some adventure, assisting in some project. In the challenge position, we've got the Magician, manifestation. They could be having challenges manifesting something. There could be a magician that is challenging them. In the subconscious, we've got judgment reversed, a punishment, destruction. Wow, okay, in the recent past, we've got the Star, renewal, rejuvenation, spiritual fortune, hopes, intentions, expectations, Lovers, the strength of two together. So there's a renewal, a rejuvenation, spiritual fortune, and going into this purpose. So there's a healing for the lovers, renewal for the lovers, for harmonious, loving relationships, deep love, healed, a healing for the lovers. In the recent, or in the near future, Two of Cups. The unions are about to commence. Marriage and connection. So the spiritual connections, it appears, are about ready to materialize. Somebody mentioned earlier today that it's over and it will be official in 2 days. That would be the 25th. The lens it's being looked through is the Three of Wands in the upright. Moving forward. Overseas opportunities, some sort of an expansion, a business. In the environment, Hanged Man, a letting go, a release. There could be a release, some kind of a sacrifice. Somebody's moving forward with a sacrifice. Somebody's moving forward with a release. Somebody's making preparations to release something. Hopes and fears. Ace of Pentacles. The new cycle is beginning anew. This is a new venture. Could have a new career or some kind of prosperous abundance coming in. The outcome. Oh, somebody was hoping for abundance and they got a Five of Pentacles instead. Poverty. They were hoping for the Ace of Pentacles and they got poverty instead. On the bot, the devil. The devil got poverty. Poverty for the devil. The King of Pentacles is strong, backed by the Hierophant, divinely guided, protected, which is causing a painful ending and a collapse, a defeat for those who were all about abusive relationships, those who were trying to steal your future. These devils, they're getting divorced. They're getting cut off because you've gained a victory here and you're coming into your inheritance. You've won the inheritance. It was yours. They failed to steal it. So this wasn't a competition. What this was intentional abuse, a brutal attack against an innocent person or persons to try to steal their stuff. There was no competition. This was simply a challenge presented by a brutalizer or a group of brutalizers. Who felt they were more entitled to what you have earned than you? Queen of Pentacles here. So, Queen of Pentacles. I keep looking at her as though she's the protectress. We've got the Evermore. She's here regarding these Evermores. She's offering security here for the Evermores. She could be delivering a punishment. Oh, she's dealing with this player. She's offering security against this player. She's challenged by a magician or by manifesting something. Perfection. Perfection. In the reverse. Challenged by what? Imperfect. A magician doing something imperfectly. She's challenged by a magician who is doing something really shady. In the subconscious is the judgment reverse. So there's a punishment. There's destruction. She's wise to this player. She's wise to this player. They're not able to bring hardship and for things. They're getting destroyed. They're getting destroyed. They weren't able to bring hardship and take your things. This player, the hardship that they were bringing you failed to get them your things. The hardship didn't work. You're the star, so there's a spiritual fortune here. Light. Vitalizer. You're the vitalizer. You're the healer. You're the renewer. You're the one who makes everything okay. You're in your leadership role. The Lovers. Strength of two together. A union. A love union. This could be a leader renewing, revitalizing, bringing life to faithful unions, competition. So intention, expectation, the strength of two together is here in competition, or they're dealing with this competition. They met during this competition and now they're going to get married. A marriage connection. Hey there, boy. What you got? Optimism in the reverse. Somebody's not happy about this. Three of Wands. So there's a moving forward. They weren't able to martyr you. So you're moving forward. There is a sacrifice here, a hanged man, a surrender, a letting go. You might be letting them go. It's time to let them go. It's time to release them. These ones who are very unhappy about your union here. So they were hoping for your Ace of Pentacles. They're afraid of what you're going to do in this new career. You're the boss now. You're calling the shots. You're calling the shots. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything to deserve this conflict. You didn't do anything in this conflict. You didn't fight back. You didn't get nasty. You did nothing in the face of this conflict. So you're letting them go, and they're in a Five of Pentacles energy. They've lost everything. They're in poverty, these codependent folks, because you let them go. Oh, you're divorcing them. They're divorced out of your life. You're not, look, they're not wholesome. They're not wholesome. So they're in poverty. They don't get the inheritance. Religion. Chicken. Invisible. Attention has been brought to what they have been doing from an invisible place against you, trying to steal your leadership role and your light and your life. You've got forgiveness here. You're very conscientious. You've kept your mind, your life, your energy clean and pure, and you're being congratulated. Somebody may appear at your location. They may be spying on you. Somebody may just show up. This vain person wants to get in the energy of innocence. They want to be seen as innocents. They could be spying on you. They could be looking to spy on you. This person's absent. They're in an invisible place. They're watching you be at peace in the face of this snake, taking care of yourself. You did very well against this ancestry who were trying to steal your shine. So there's communication here and now. These addicts are trying to cause drama. They're still trying to cause drama, and there's a backstory to this. They wanted your home. They wanted your evermore. They wanted to pretend to be you. Prophecy. They knew it. You're the creator. You have empathy. And they can no longer puppet you. They're being disconnected. They're being disconnected because you write the story. And you're a giant who is able to preserve themselves. You survived. And now you're seated on your throne. Your leadership throne as the star. They're not wholesome. They're not innocent. They're not pure. They're in this devilish energy. There's nothing wholesome about them. Pure, innocent. godly. So Queen of Pentacles is wise to this player. There's security here. She could be financially supporting security. Adrift. She's wise to this player. This player is a weed seed. This player wasn't willing to settle down or be responsible. They're going to be set adrift. They're set adrift. She's offering security against this player, this weed seed. Challenge is magician and imperfect. So this magician is doing something imperfectly. They're using their skill imperfectly. They're effing up. They're effing up and everything's crumbling. So whatever this player did, they didn't have the skill. To come up against this Queen of Pentacles. And what they built is crumbling. They're receiving a punishment. They are not able to bring you hardship here and take your things. No hardship. You've got your things. They're getting punished because, or maybe they're getting straight up destroyed. Maybe their things are getting destroyed. That's the punishment. Their things are being destroyed. Their things are being destroyed and they can no longer bring you hardship. They didn't have the skills to manifest this. You are the star here, a leader. They broke every single promise that they ever made. They played with love. They played with innocence. They played with those who are actually love. Empty. Leaving. So you're leaving the empty vessels. You're the leader. Here, you're offering renewal, a rebirth, a healing. You're giving life to something. And you're leaving the empty vessels behind. Those who have no love in them. Those without a soul. Those who don't have anything beneficial to offer. So there is the strength of two together in this competition. And they're being very, very fierce, aggressive, protecting themselves. They mean it. They're not into you busting up their happiness this cycle. We got the Two of Cups here. There will be a marriage, or there is going to be a marriage. And these ones, these empty vessels, they're not happy about it because you're leaving. The star leader left the empty vessel behind. Fiercely. Yeah, ending. Somebody is not optimistic because their connection with you is ending. They don't get to play in your energy anymore. You're moving forward because they could not martyr you. They tried. They didn't have the skill. Playing games with love. So yeah, their punishment is that their things are all being destroyed. Look at that dark side. They could not martyr you into the dark side. They tried to put you in hell. They tried to send you to the underworld, and they failed. In the environment, we've got sacrifice, the hanged man, a release. So it's time. to release them, to let them go. They lost. They lost. The hope and fear. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles here, a new career, abundance and prosperity. You did not do anything. You didn't participate in this conflict. So you didn't do anything in this conflict. You weren't involved in it. You survived it, but you didn't fight back. You didn't fight back, and you withstood it alone. The only one with you was the divine. And so because you didn't do anything, you didn't fight back, you didn't do any, you got this abundant new career because you're not a destroyer. You didn't go dark. You didn't get into the South Node. You didn't get all angry and militant. You didn't do anything except shine your light and heal. Long, long road. So there's a long road ahead. Somebody's afraid of a long road. Those who lost are worried about a long road full of conflict. They're in a Five of Pentacles. Poverty. They've been defeated. This devil, this codependent devil, they're not wholesome. And they're going far, far away from you. They're going far, far away from you. You're leaving, or maybe you're going far, far away from them. They don't get to be around wholesome people anymore because they play with love. They hurt people who love. They destroy people who love. They send them to the underworld. That's what they do with love. So you're going away. Everything's in pieces for them. Everything's falling apart, and they're tangled up, and they can't free themselves. They're going to go into a cycle of neglect, and they're crushed about it. They're crushed about it because their needs aren't going to be met, and they're reaching for you, trying to reconnect because they're going under. Things were very difficult now. They were tempted by the snake. And now they're having anxiety because struggle is here. And they're being very childish, grieving, playing victim, wanting forgiveness, because everything they built on your suffering is in ruins. They're getting burned, or maybe there's something about burned, and they need an exit plan. They wanted you in hell, and it looks like that might be what they're getting. This religious chicken. They're not optimistic. You were the one making everything okay. You were the star, the leader, the one that they were pretending to be. And now you're leaving. Fiercely. You're being real fierce. You're in an inseparable love union. And you are fierce. You're pissed off about them giving you a whole life. You know, many of us never got married. Many of us never had a family. Many of us were looked at as though we were trash. And it was because of all the magic that had been layered all over our persona while the good stuff was drained off, our light. And you know what? Their values were all about money. They wanted you to have nothing, and they wanted to take all of you or something. This magician. So this player, what they're challenged because their manifestations weren't done perfectly. They were imperfect. Whatever their magic, it was imperfect, and everything's crumbling around them. They sabotage themselves. They sabotage themselves. They decided to go all shallow and go after paper money rather than dwell in the light of your being and just benefit that way. They wanted to destroy you, sell your energy for money. So now there's a punishment here. There's a destruction of all of their things. They no longer can bring you a hardship. They broke every promise that they ever made. Third party in the reverse. You're not a third party. You're not a third party hoe. Okay? They made a vow with you, and then they were a third party hoe, and they tried to drag you to hell and paint you as that. And it wasn't you. You didn't do it. You're this beautiful star leader, and they tried to set you up and send you to hell so that they could dress up as you. These empty vessels, there's no love in them, there's nothing, and you're leaving them behind. Because you're worthy. You are worthy. They tried to paint you out as this third-party hoe bag, and it wasn't. You are this leader, this star, this revitalizer, the regenerator, the one who brings life to the world, the gift to the world. God's promise to the world, if you look it up, God's promise to the world is the one who has all of this light that can heal you when you're sick, that can make things seem bright when they're very dark. These ones got mixed up in the head. They were blinded by the light. They felt powerful while they were in it. And they abused you and tried to put all their evil deeds on you, and it's just gross. Look, they neglected you. Strength of two together in this competition, acting fierce in regards to this neglect. These ones who neglected them. Two of Cups in a marriage, and these ones who neglected them, they're not optimistic because this is ending. They're looking for an escape. You're leaving, and they're getting burned. It's like whatever's left, it's like the world is going to burn or something. I don't know. It's what it sounds like. Sounds like there's going to be fire. Now, fire, I don't know if that's in the spiritual realm. I don't know if there's some kind of, if this is going to happen in the spirit. Or if there's actually going to be a splitting of timelines, and then there's going to be a purification of the world, and then we'll all come back. And I don't know how that happens because it can happen like that, God's timing doesn't require a calendar or a clock. So there's moving forward now because they were not able to martyr you to the dark side. They could not unalive you and stick you in the dark. And you know exactly what they did. There's an understanding here of everything that they did. You survived, and everybody can see what's happening. They're getting sacrificed. They're getting released. It's time. They lost. They lost your soul tie. They lost a soul tie with you. You're cutting them out. You're no longer going to shine on them. You're no longer going to give them revitalization. You're no longer going to renew them. You're no longer going to help them with healing. You're no longer going to help them with temperance, with balance or harmony. You're in this Ace of Pentacles, new, prosperous, abundant venture. You didn't do anything in this conflict. You didn't fight back. And it was a long, long road. And you did not do anything. You didn't fight back. You didn't drop to their level. You did not drop to their level, which is why they couldn't stick you here. They couldn't stick you here because you didn't go militant. You didn't go militant. And now you have a long road. Now this card says you have a long way to go before you find what you want, but the journey helps you grow. So you got an Ace of Pentacles here, a new, abundant, prosperous venture. You didn't do anything in this conflict, and so you have a long road ahead of you of a beautiful commitment. A long road of a beautiful commitment. This is like forever. You have the evermore, the love that lasts forever. A long road of a beautiful commitment. A long road with somebody who wants you to be part of their life. The Lovers, the Two of Cups. The star leader was never a third-party hoe bag. Whoever was in a contract with that person, they broke their vow. They broke their promise. But you got a new one coming up. Look at that. So you got the Five of Pentacles. They've lost everything. This codependent devil energy. They're not wholesome. They're going far, far away from you. And they're remembering everything that they did. All the inside jokes. How fun it was to F you up. And now they want to fix the connection. And it's like, why would you ever want to fix a connection with somebody who hurt you so badly? Who really loved hurting you? And that's the truth. The truth is revealed about that. They're confused. They can't get in your space anymore. Or maybe they're in solitary confinement. They're being held back. They miss their opportunity. They want to have a conversation with you. Or it could be that this commitment, you have your forever, your eternal love commitment, wants to have a conversation with you about your destiny. Those who lied about you, those who have been lying, period, they're getting detached from you. And they don't know what to do. This chaser doesn't know what to do. They were hoping they could have your love, your self-love, the ability that you have to love yourself. They were hoping they could have that. But instead, they're hurting from the damage that they have caused with the mistakes that they have made. And everybody's gossiping about this low light reflection, effing everything up. Or gossiping about this low light. They don't have any light in them. You are going to have a responsible, passionate family union, an eternal love that's powerful, a powerful couple, dedicated, deep love. And it's a mutual attraction. It's passionate. All of your financial and emotional needs will be met. And these ones, they regret all of these secrets that they were doing. They want to run away. They want your forgiveness. They're feeling broken and shattered about these habitual patterns that they had going on. And they're really feeling your absence and daydreaming about being in part of your new chapter. But it's time. It's too late for them to take any action now. You know? These prideful people feel like you should understand how they feel, but you're already in another commitment and you don't want to have anything to do with them. There's unfinished business for those who didn't care about you. An irreplaceable being. The way you love can never be matched. They were not satisfied with you. So now you get another commitment, which is reciprocal, an equal give and take. It won't be shit bags for love bunnies. It'll be, equal. And those who are guilty of hurting you, they're overwhelmed. They're just really bugging out because this is an unexpected outcome. They have a soul contract with the shadow side. They tried to bind you to it, but they couldn't. And everybody's gossiping. Everybody knows. Everybody has an understanding of what they were doing and of how they're operating. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. projecting, death. Queen of Pentacles is here with security. She's reliable. She's messing with this player, setting them adrift. They're chaff. They're like getting out of here. They were not willing to settle down or be responsible. Their values were all about money, and now they're experiencing a bunch of doubt because this Queen of Pentacles is like, done with this person. She's wise to that person. That player is having troubles because their manifestations were done imperfectly. Everything's crumbling. Whatever they manifested, it was not perfect. It was built on this star's energy. It wasn't perfect. They didn't earn it. So everything they build is now crumbling because there's like a divorce, and this leader, this star, is in another union. So everything that this vile brutalizer built on this beautiful person's energy is crumbling. There's a destruction of all of their things. They're having doubt. They're in worry. They sabotage themselves. They mess up the good things in their life. All they had to do was love you. And they could have partook in all of your good stuff, but they really wanted to go do this instead. And you weren't that. So they decided to hurt you and take everything that was yours. After all, it belonged to them. You had a contract. So that means it's theirs. And they didn't give you jack. They broke all their promises. And not only did they break their promises, they were cruel. They're not a being of service. They don't like helping others. They broke all their promises. They broke all their promises that they made with people who were not third parties. They were faithful, loving people. You're the star. You are worthy of this leadership role, and you're leaving these empty vessels behind. You're no longer required to fill their damn cup. They're not abundant, limitless beings. They can't manifest anything on their own, and you're not required to fill their damn cup. You're not. You're out of here. You don't have to serve them anymore. You're in this spiritual, it could be spiritual or 3D, physical. Take it however it resonates for you. To me, I'm reading this as a spiritual union. This is a spiritual partnership. It's the strength of two together. This is a power couple, and they're very passionate and energetically in alignment. They've been working together very well in this so-called competition, and they're very fierce and aggressive regarding those who neglected them, brought them adversity. They are not playing. They are not playing. It's like that song. Not this time. Not this time. Failure. They're very, very fierce against those who neglected them, and they fail. These neglectful little empty vessels, they fail. They're not very optimistic. This is ending. They're looking for an escape. You're married. You're in this Two of Cups union. You're in a partnership, and they can't break it. Can't break it. You're in your purpose. The two of you in this strong, beautiful connection, you know what you're here to do. You're in alignment with each other. And so you're moving forward because they failed or to martyr you to the dark side. There's an understanding of what they've been doing. They've been blaming the star for their bullshit lives. They couldn't cause you any grief. You refused to move into the south node. You knew what they were doing. See, and that's what it is. And it's so hard when you got hundreds of people in your head saying really foul things. And not only that, they're in your head with all this foul stuff. And then they tamper with the nervous system, the electrical system, the emotional body starts getting all jacked out. And you can't yell. I mean, I did. One time I was yelling. I was arguing, screaming through the house. And then my crown opened up and I was told that I was degrading myself by doing that. And that's what happens. When you start yelling and you start fighting back, what you're doing is you're dropping yourself in frequency and you're meeting them in this place that they want you in. So, you're moving into the south node and you're responding in an way, and that's when they can stick you there. So unfortunately, even though that is the response and everything in you wants to do that, the way to get out of this mess is not to. You got to turn up the volume on the light and the love. And be settled. So you are there's a hanged man here. So there's a sacrifice. You're releasing this. It's time. You're releasing these people who have been very abusive to you. They're receiving a punishment. All their things are being destroyed. They can't bring you hardship anymore. They lost their soul connection with you. They've lost their soul connection with you because they're guilty of hurting you. They called it a competition. You were supposed to be their wife or their husband. And instead they decided to make you a game. A game in which they broke all the promises for. You were the love game. You're just a game. You're just a toy. You're just a thing. I need to break you. But now you're getting this Ace of Pentacles, a new cycle. You did not do anything to deserve this conflict. You did not do anything to engage with this conflict. You didn't fight back. You didn't go into your south node. You didn't get all dark. You didn't get militant. You didn't decide to go to war with these people. What you did was you turned up the love light inside of you and you rose above it and ignored it. And now you've got a long commitment ahead of you with this beautiful, strong, mutually attracted, passionate love union, a relationship that serves the higher and greater good. You've got your freedom from those who are prideful. You love yourself and you see yourself in everyone, but that doesn't mean that everyone is you and that means you get your stuff. That means they're your brother, they're your sister, they're your relative. You've got your freedom. You've got your freedom from those prideful people who were wanting to fight with you. You've got your freedom and you are going away for eternal love. And the devil gets the Five of Pentacles. They're not seen as wholesome. They're going far away from you. They're reminiscing about the inside jokes. What a great time. And now they're experiencing loneliness. Now they're lonely. They're remembering how fun it was to laugh with their F buddy. And they're in loneliness now because you're disciplined and you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. And this is over. Death. They have to accept responsibility for their own well-being. They're wanting forgiveness. They're hoping that your care will release them. They don't know what to do about your gratitude. They don't know anything about being grateful. They're afraid. Because your courage is bringing peace and true, honest friendship here that can be trusted. You don't have to worry about somebody trying to get their energy into your house so that they can bring in nefarious spirits and command them to work there or whatever. These are going to be relationships that serve the higher good. Open, transparent, authentic, and true. There's no malice or deceit in you. These ones are in regret because of your patience. You knew that everything happens in divine order. You have gifts of the soul that benefit you and others, and you are successful. These envious ones could have a growth in them. They may have a growth. And that, I think, that's an attachment. It's like whatever this dark side thing is, there's an attachment of some sort. There's like this entity or a parasitical thing that's driving these ones to drive others. You know? Called by many names. Narcissists all have the same qualities, and that's because whatever growth is inside of them has that quality, and it's in all of these vessels, driving them to behave a certain way towards those who have shine. And it may not even be recognizable because it's intertwined. But you can see it in their eyes sometimes, especially if they get if they let loose and they get real comfortable and then they start getting excited about something. You can see the crazy come out in the eye. It's the same look in every one of them. Vent. They're venting because they don't get to travel. They don't get to go where you're going. You're not taking them with you. They're yelling, venting. They're probably screaming. They're seen as chaff. They weren't willing to settle down or be responsible. They don't get to travel. They don't get to go to the future with you. They don't get to go where you're going. Their values were all about money, and they were brutal to good people, good loving people who were making it, who were earning it. They brutalized them to take it, and they were trying to take their destined path. They're full of doubt. They're desperate. Their manifestations didn't happen. They were imperfect, and now everything's crumbling. Whatever they had built for themselves was built on other people's energy. It wasn't perfect. They didn't earn it. It wasn't their energy. And so now that this is all over, everything that they built on energy that wasn't theirs, all that energy has to go back to where it belongs. And that means that there's destruction for all of their things. And they can't cause you any hardship and to get it back. It's over. They're not a being of service. They broke all their promises to faithful, loving you or others. Grapevine. People are gossiping about it. People are gossiping. People are gossiping about it. They're worried. They sabotage themselves. Growth in the reverse. So growth, you don't have a growth inside of you. You aren't this third party. You did not join whatever clique or cult this is. They have a growth inside of them. They have this dark side thing pushing them, pulling them. There's a punishment here. They're losing everything. You didn't get on their bandwagon, so they decided to martyr you. Previous cycle, they weren't able to do it again. You survived. You're shining your light. You don't have to repeat a negative cycle again. You're free. You're free for eternal love. And you're free to have a life where You don't have to be worried whether somebody is going to poison you with their cooking, or, you know, send a demon to your house. Look, these people are desperate. This came out again. So they don't have any abundance. They can't manifest anything. They're desperate because their cup is empty and you're leaving. You're leaving. They don't have abundance. They're desperate. You're leaving. You're leaving these empty cups behind. You're the star, you're the leader, and you are worthy. You're the two, the lovers are here, the strength of two together. It's a deep love. It's a passionate love. They've been here working in harmony, in union, in this competition, and they're very fierce and very aggressive together regarding this neglect, or regarding these entities that have been neglecting them. And they're causing these entities a failure. They're making plans to get together soon. Soon the lovers will be together. You've got the Two of Cups here. A unified love, mutual attraction. So this is reciprocal. It's not just you know, sexual. Dishonesty in the reverse. Your connection is honest and true. You have shown, all of you, every single part of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's honest. It's apparent. I mean, it's transparent. It's authentic. Those who failed to martyr you in this cycle to the underworld, they're looking for an escape because this is ending. They're not optimistic about what's happening here. You're moving forward because they were not able to martyr you. Look at this, into the dark side. You have an understanding of what they were doing. They could not cause you grief. They need a small favor. No. No small favors. No energy entanglements. No energy entanglements. Not right now. At least not for the next couple days. So they have to surrender. They're being released from your life. It's time. They lost their soul tie connection with you. And they're guilty of abusing you. They used you in a big way. They used you for your abundance. They used you for the services that you offer. They used you for your love. They used you for your manifestations. They used you for life, for energy, which is life. They used your energy to prolong the health and the well-being of their own lives while you were suffering. They wanted to do it again. They've been trying to martyr you into the underworld so that you could have eternity of suffering. And it didn't work out that way. Look, they're guilty. They've lost their soul tie with you. They're guilty. Coming in, being friendly. They want to be friendly. They're going to come in, try to seek a small favor. You got the Ace of Pentacles. A new cycle is about to begin anew. You did not do anything. You did not respond in a South Node manner to these prideful people who were bringing conflict to you. And now you get a long road of committed, true love. Passionate, true love. You get your freedom. Love. A long road filled with love. I love you and I only want to add happiness to your life. And then career came out in the upside down. So it says, I'm concentrating on my career and focused on advancing no matter what it takes. So this isn't about work. You may not have to work in the future. Like, you have put out so much light, so much love, so much abundance. You have provided so many services to those who broke all of their promises and treated you like trash. Those people who refused to grow, they just used you, let you do all the work. Or they said, oh, you'll do it. So they said, okay, so you're working? Okay, good. Let me have the benefit from that. Let me have the benefit from that. And they took it, and they took it, and they took it, and they took it. And then like a 3-letter agency was in the telepathic world a couple days ago saying, you know what happens when you expend that much energy, when you put up that much energy? You know what happens when you serve darkness with your light and your love and your abundance and your manifestations? They literally built their many foundations were built on your energy, your services, your gifts, your light, your love, your suffering. And now that you're free here, they're losing it all. And it's like, you won't have to work anymore. You're going to get to love and raise a family, which is work, but you're not going to have to go clock, the 9 to 5 or whatever. It won't be the same. Your job is going to be different. It won't be regular. You'll be a stay-at-home mom. You'll be a stay-at-home mommy. Oh, how beautiful. These ones sabotage themselves bad. They got a 5 of Pentacles. They're codependent. They're not wholesome. They're being sent far, far away from you, or you're going far, far away. They're reminiscing about the good times they were having, keeping you lonely, keeping you lonely. And now they're uncertain. They don't know what your intentions are. They sabotage themselves. They might try to get advice, try to get your perspective, but you are uninterested in dealing with these people who think that they don't like you. You're done. You're uninterested in dealing with people who feel obligated to be around you, but they really don't want to. You're uninterested in it. These unfriendly people need a loan. They're sorry. They might want to date. Trying to be positive about the future. But there's yelling, arguing. They're worried about their health. They want to manipulate you. That's the secret. That's why they want you to welcome them, so that you can repeat the past. They're curious and they're greedy, and they're trying to get into your energy. Big favor, small favor, apology, whatever it takes to bring negativity and chaos to you. They want to trick you. Man, you got to just say goodbye. You got to this collaboration. Whoever this is trying to work with you, get their energy into your energy, take part any way whatsoever in a corded connection, whether it be a promise, a conversation. This tribe, this envious tribe, has been out there giving unsolicited advice to everybody, garbage advice, and they've been laughing because they're posing as an honest person for entertainment. They misled people. They put them down the wrong path. And they were laughing about it. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's not like this is the first time that this has ever happened. But it's the last time, I think. They didn't want to grow. They didn't want to be responsible. They just wanted to go be an F boy or an F girl and get paid for it. Queen of Pentacles is busy here. She's got some reliable security stuff going on. She is wise to this player. She is wise to this player. This player is venting. They're venting. They're like, ah! They're all over it because they can't travel. They can't go forward. They're not moving forward. They're chaff. They're irresponsible. They refuse to settle down. They decided that they wanted to be this, and they were gaslighting, calling you that while they were draining you of your life force and your light and your goods and your services and your love, and you beat them. And they're in doubt now. Their values were all about money, and they're in doubt. Their manifestations were done imperfectly. It was done on other people's energy, and now that this cycle is a close, all that energy is going back where it goes, and then everything that was built on that energy is destroyed. They're no longer able to bring you a hardship. It's going through the grapevine. People are talking about this person's foundation crumbling. They sabotage themselves. They're very worried. They're furious. They're furious about this strategy. This strategy, on this strategy card, it also says mind reading. They could be furious because you're able to read their mind. Oh, you oracles out there telling this story. These ones are furious because you're telling the damn story. They were able to do this in secret for so long. They commanded everybody not to talk, that they would unalive them if they could, but they failed to martyr you and stick you in the dark, and you're out there. And this Queen of Pentacles is offering destruction for this person's things. It's like, yeah, that would never belong to you. You don't get it. You don't get it. We got friends. So there's a destruction of these people's things. They can no longer bring you hardship. They broke all the promises that they ever made. They never offered anybody a service. They took. They don't have any skills to offer anybody. They don't want to help anybody. Doesn't make them feel good to help anybody. This whole network is under punishment. Is going to get punished for what they've done here. You were never this. They treated you like crap while they were loving that. They didn't grow at all. They didn't advance. They didn't want to learn. They didn't want to love. They just wanted to party. And force you to work triple time, putting out extra light, putting out extra love, because you had all these people draining you from it, pulling on you, pulling it out of you, not giving any care whatsoever about hurting you. And they didn't even give you any. They took it all from you. You didn't get it any. You didn't have a house. You didn't own a car. You didn't have any land. You didn't have a business. They took it all. And didn't give you any. And they still failed because it was never theirs. They're overloaded now and desperate. They're overwhelmed. They have a lot of obligations. And their cup is empty. And the star, the one who has the energy, the life, the light, the love, the abundance, the star, the one who can manifest whatever they want in the world, they have broke free. They can't pull off this star anymore. They cannot use this person in their leadership role anymore. So they're wanting to apologize. And it's an empty apology. It doesn't mean anything. Just like nothing else means anything. The only thing that ever actually means anything to these ones is this. Getting one over on somebody. Tricking the sweetheart out of their beautiful life. So you got the two are here together. The strength of two together. They're making plans to get together soon. They're here in this competition and they're very, very fierce together against these people who neglected them, who failed to give them what they want. They took everything from them and didn't leave them a scrap at all. And these ones are failing now and they're very lonely without you. Your light, your shine, your love, your care, your warmth. You're here in a unified love, the Two of Cups and the Lovers. You're in your purpose. You know what you're here to do. It's very honest and true. You're not holding nothing back. Nothing's being held back. Everything that is in you is out to be seen. It's on display. And these ones are not having fun. They're not optimistic because this is ending and they need an escape. They've lost you. And they're furious about mind reading. You can read their minds. You're reading the story and you're announcing it. You're telling it. This coach, this teacher. Wants to escape. You are moving forward. They failed to martyr you and stick you in the dark side. There's an understanding of what they've been doing here. They could not cause you any grief. They're wanting to come forward with and request a small favor to get back into your energy. Look, justice, because justice is here. Justice is being served. They want to get back in your energy so that justice doesn't hit them. Because justice isn't coming for you. I mean, in a negative way. So they need to put their energy in you because you don't have that coming to you. So they want a small favor. They want an energetic bond. They want an agreement. They want an energetic tie. They want to hide in your energy. They want to be covered by your light. And there's a sacrifice here. There's a letting go. There's a release. These ones are going. It's time. They lost. They lost their soul tie with you. They're guilty. They're going to come forward friendly. But these ones, this mask wearer, look, they want to apologize, but they're arrogant. And they're all wacky in the head. Their thought process is off. Any friendliness that they display is an act. And they're wacky. They're wacky in the head. So this apology is coming from a mask wearer, an actor or an actress. It's a role. It's not sincere. It may seem friendly, but they're only acting friendly because they're guilty and they've lost their soul tie with you. They've lost connection with you. They need somehow to get back in your energy. The mask wearers are being let go. And you're moving into an abundant and prosperous new venture. You may not have to work. You didn't do anything against these prideful people who were fighting with you. All you did was turn up the light, heal the heart. You focused on yourself and your connection with the divine. You didn't pay any attention to these prideful people that were attacking you. You put your focus elsewhere. And now you're in a forever love commitment, free commitment. Commitment. Free. Long, long road of love. Forever. So the devil is in a Five of Pentacles energy. They've lost everything. Everything that they built on energy that was not theirs is being destroyed. They're not wholesome people. They're very uncertain. They don't know what to do. They're going far away. They're going to be made a very far distance away from you. They're reminiscing about the jokes, how funny it was to make you lonely, how funny it was to leave you alone, how funny it was to see you suffer. But they didn't know. They didn't know that you were never alone. And now they're being stopped. They're being stopped. And you are going on into eternal love. That's a serious bind. This is a serious commitment. I mean, in a lot of ways, this can seem like it's a bad thing, and maybe it is for them because they got a soul contract with the dark side. But you have an unbreakable bond here with the Lovers and the Two of Cups. This is an eternal love. This is a long, long road of love, eternal love. Oh, they're protesting. They were trying to rob you. They were working real hard their goal was to rob you of your eternal love. But because you stayed calm while you were being bullied, while they were effing around with your mind, they got bribed to eff around with your mind and cause you confusion. Oh yeah, they thought it was a great idea to separate you from everyone, to leave you lonely. They thought that it was going to cause you a nightmare, that you were just going to be completely in the tank. And maybe you were for a time. But you've got a vow here with Spirit and your divine counterpart. And this is the conclusion. You have won. You have gained. You get the orchard. You get the farm. You get whatever it is that you want it to be. This is the conclusion. You have been shown mercy. A miracle. A miracle. Two more days. You didn't want to do what they were doing, is what they said a number of days ago. They were asked why they did this, and it was because you didn't want to do what they were doing. You didn't want to play in the dark side. You didn't want to be an unfaithful little hoe bag. You didn't want to do that. You wanted a family. You wanted, faithfulness and all of that. So they decided to martyr you and drain off you and develop all this foundational stuff on your energy, on your essence. But you win. Queen of Pentacles is winning with this security. Oh yeah, she's kicking butt on this player. They've got something to get off their chest. They're venting. I don't know if they're venting I don't know if their chest is being vented. They can't travel. They're being set adrift. They're a weed seed. Infidelity, not willing to settle down, irresponsible, breaking promises, being a little hoe bag, stealing money from people who actually buckled down and worked real hard and did the job, stealing the money, scattered. So now they're in doubt. They're forgetful, disorganized. They're unable to concentrate or think clearly. They're venting. They could be yelling. They might be arguing, running around the house, screaming like a madman, whatever. Because they're furious here. You can read their mind. Their manifestation, their magic, it was done imperfectly. People are talking about it, how everything's falling apart for them and how they sabotage themselves. They're worried. Gosh. Oh, come on now. They're worried. Mothering. Their mothering is deceptive. This is a deceptive mother. Mothering. You fear you won't be liked or appreciated if you do not nurture the needs of others above your own. So this is a deceptive mother. They don't really care. This isn't a mother. This might not even be a female that's portraying themselves as a mother. Deceptive. Leading others to believe something other than the truth in order to protect themselves. They behave in a dishonest way. All their things are being destroyed. Every network member, every teammate that helped them do this horrible act. They're not able to bring you hardship anymore. They didn't keep the promises they made. They broke all of their promises. They broke your heart. They're not a person of service. They didn't serve anyone. They were very stingy. They didn't offer you any services. They weren't willing to grow. They didn't develop any services. They never helped anybody. They didn't feel good when they helped others. They didn't want to help others. You were never a third-party hoe bag. This came out in the reverse, but it says overly dramatic. You exaggerate the experience or your feelings to appear as a victim to others. So you were never a third-party hoe bag. You were never overly dramatic. But what they got tangled up in was all this business that they got tangled up in. They were certainly over dramatic. Boy, look at them. Look at how furious they are. They're very dramatic. Very unpleasant. You're a star here. You're a revitalizer, a renewer. You're a bringer of life. You are worthy of this leadership role. You are worthy. The nosy people are withdrawn. They're withdrawing. They don't really want to, they don't want people to talk to them. They're hiding. They might be hiding. They're desperate. They're out of stuff. They don't have any abundance. They're desperate. They're an empty vessel. They don't have any goods. They don't have any love. They don't have any energy. They don't have any abundance. The nosy person is withdrawn, having anxiety, overloaded, overwhelmed. The lovers are here. The strength of two together, a very strong union. They're making plans to get together soon. They've been working together against this competition. They've been very, very fierce against those who had neglected them, who failed to give what they needed. These ones who were very, very brutal. They're disappointed here. They failed. They failed. They're being passive aggressive. This is a passive aggressive person. They hide, they don't come right out and say, blah, they're like hiding it or express negative feelings. And so they indirectly express negative feelings instead of openly addressing them. So they're just, worming around, spilling all negative stuff, negativity indirectly. So this is the rumor. This is the one who'll go tell others what they think of you, but they won't actually come and tell you. They'll just create this big atmosphere of lies and bad energy to try to screw up your life. You are honest, and you are in a unified love here, a marriage connection, whether it be in the spirit or not, whatever, you're in your purpose and you know what you're here to do. These passive-aggressive failures here, empty vessels, they don't have any abundance. They're very desperate, and they are not optimistic. They're looking for an escape. This is ending. This coach, whoever this was that taught people how to do this, they're not doing well. Look, steals the limelight. They wanted to steal your light. And they might be mad because you're stealing your light back. It's yours. You're moving forward. They failed to martyr you. Cheap, sleazy bastards. They failed to martyr you to the dark side. You have an understanding of what was done. So does the justice system. Justice is being served. Equality. Reciprocation. What they gave is what they're getting. They couldn't cause you grief. They're looking for a small favor. Scarcity mindset. They're extremely possessive of belongings and are experiencing signs of money anxiety. So they're looking for a small favor. They need to get back in your energy. This mask wearer wants to come in and pretend like they're sorry because they lost their soul tie with you. They're all nutty in the head. They're losing it. They're mental right now. They're coming in acting friendly, but they're very guilty of moving against you. You've let them go. There's the Hanged Man card here. There's a sacrifice. They've lost their soul tie with you. They're egotistical. Mask-wearing, egotistical jackwagons wanting to match your perceived qualities. They wanted to be seen as you. They want to come and get in your energy. They want to apologize. They want to act friendly. They want a small favor. They want. And they want you to engage, to accept, to involve yourself, to give them the attention, to give them your energy, to give them permission to engage with you. Oh, this is So this is big old. Okay, come on. Gotta hurry up here because. All right. Come on now. We got 2 more cards. Woo! 2 more cards. Ghosting. Ghosting. You're leaving them behind. This relationship is ending. You're withdrawing from all forms of communication. You're moving on into an eternity of love. And this devil gets a 5 of Pentacles. They're being stopped. They're being moved far, far away from you. You've got your freedom here. They don't know what to do. They're not wholesome. And they can't stay in your light anymore. You can't, yeah. They're claiming that you're the copycat. They're body shaming you right now. People pleaser. Needs outside validation. They're in toxic relationships and they're overly critical. And they're a spiritual narcissist whose heart is closed off. Who gets amusement of others' misfortune, pain, and humiliation. And who is money hungry and superficial. So, whatever. I hope this clarifies something you already intuitively knew. I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.